Now in the studio is Armin Jordan, our international affairs editor. Armin, like we were just hearing there from Philip Crowther, our correspondent in Washington, relations between Cuba and the US are set to be normalized. At least they're going to start talks to normalize relations. But Barack Obama already facing backlash from the Republicans, and he's really setting up another battle with Congress.
Well, he might be. I mean, of course, the Republicans won the midterm elections, so we have a Republican-controlled Congress coming into effect in January, and the Republican Party has historically been staunchly against the Castro regime, but there are signs that this could change. I was just looking at a very interesting opinion poll of Cuban Americans who were polled in Miami-Dade County, actually, which is really the hotbed of anti-Castro sentiment. And Cuban Americans have had a major influence on American politics, particularly on the Republican Party, over the last 53 years while these sanctions have been in place. This poll found that 52% of respondents of these Cuban Americans now are in favor of lifting the embargo on Cuba. So the generations are changing. You've got young Cuban Americans who don't have those direct memories of oppression, of living in Castro's Cuba. And this could actually give the Republicans a bit of a margin for maneuver, perhaps. Except, of course, there will still be a few ideologue, diehard anti-communists in Congress who will oppose any changes.
How much room for maneuver does the president have?
Well, he can do several things with executive orders. I mean, formally, the sanctions would have to be lifted by Congress. But what he can do is liberalize elements of the embargo. That includes non-tourist travel, greater opportunities for commerce, for helping small businesses to start up, which has recently been allowed in Cuba. Also non-tourist travel and opportunities for U.S. investment in Cuba, for example, in the telecom sector. One very important thing which has already happened over the last few years is that the U.S. has allowed Cuban Americans to send remittances back to Cuba. That has gone hand in hand with the slight liberalization of the Cuban economy by the Castro regime, which means that you can now start a small business. So these remittances have actually been used to start up small businesses in Cuba, and that is really the direction that President Obama wants to go on.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for that analysis, Armin. And of course, we will be bringing you Barack Obama. He's expecting to make a statement in about 20 minutes' time, so do stay tuned for that.